Well, just like that, October's come and gone. I'll tell you what, October is always a blast for us. We have a lot of fun, a lot of things to celebrate, a lot of things to do in October. So we wrapped up Emma's 10th birthday. That was a success. We had a lot of fun there. Got our camping trip done. That was problem-free. If you guys saw the last video, having that camper this year instead of camping in a tent, still on the hunt for a camper. That's gonna happen. My wife and I's anniversary just happened, and we added a new member to the family. Apparently this is Chet. So if you haven't seen that little short that we did not too long ago, that was my wife's anniversary present that we picked up for her. So we now have a 6-foot chicken. I just figured I'd kind of bring you guys along on a quick video today. We're just gonna kind of wrap up a couple things on the farm. Believe it or not, we're kind of doing record high temperatures right now here in Indiana. We're pushing 80 degrees and it's the day before Halloween. That's kind of unusual for this time of year, but we're trying to get things wrapped up, put away. Kids are out here enjoying the weather.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Kids are out here enjoying the weather before it gets kind of nasty starting tomorrow. The temperature is going to drop from like high 70s today down to, I think we're talking 50, 60 degrees over the next 10 days, at least as far out as I can see in the extended forecast. But I need to get out here and get the sprinkler set up real fast. I'm trying to get a little bit of growth in my pasture before the winter hits, get the cows as much grass as I can get them before I got to start feeding hay. That day's coming very quickly. And then I got a cool project I'm gonna do tonight. I got me a new toy. Well, maybe it's not a new toy exactly, but I'm pretty excited about it nonetheless. We picked up a Speeco 3-point, one of them quick hitches for the back of the tractor, which there's a ton of videos out there for those things already, but mine is a little bit unique. They have new colors, so mine's gonna actually match the tractor. So we'll get into that here in just a second, but in the meantime, let's go and get the sprinkler set up out here, get that going in the pasture. Not really sure how effective that's gonna be because it's so windy out here today. Well, if nothing else, I'll water the neighbor's yard. I don't know. Let's get that set up. I got a couple orders to fulfill, and then we'll get to the main focus of this video. We'll get on the tractor and start playing with that new part I got. So unfortunately, we got done running the pigs through this section of the pasture. This right here is part of the last few moves that we did right before we took those guys to processor. But we've been in a drought for about the last pushing 40 days now, which is unusual for us in Indiana this time of year. But trying to get a little bit of growth back on this section of the pasture here from where the pigs ate it down. Normally, because we get so much rain this time of year, this part of the field typically is already knee high. But this year's not the case, so I'm trying to push it along on my own here. Come on, sprinkler. But nonetheless, I went ahead and overseeded this section of the pasture. It's coming in really good. It's looking really green. Even though we got temperatures dropping here over the next couple weeks, I don't think we got anything that's under 30. So I should still be able to see a lot of good growth on this as we finish out the fall season. But I'm gonna go ahead and let this run for a couple hours here. I'm getting wet because the wind's blowing at me here. Let's go and go get to the freezers. I'll go ahead and get my orders packed next. So even though the season's kind of wrapping down now, we're kind of getting things put away. I've still got several projects I'm trying to get to before it gets too cold and too miserable out here to do them. This greenhouse being one of them. That's something I started back in the spring. I never did do a video on it because I haven't got it all wrapped up and done. So if I ever do get around to getting this thing finished out before end of season here, I do have footage from that when I started doing the build. So hopefully that'll be a future video if I can get everything wrapped up. The whole plan on that was to be able to run a lot of my livestock in there. So I won't be able to put my layer flock in there in the winter, but I also want to be able to run 2, 3, 4 pigs in the winter as well, just to kind of supplement what I need in the spring. I've got another processing date scheduled for June, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that all work or not yet, because while I could run pigs now until it gets super cold out and I got the outdoors to do that with, I would really like to get them put in here. And I've seen several video examples of how to do that effectively, but I got to get the inside built out, but I've also got to be able to get it to where the pigs aren't going to tear this greenhouse up as well. And then we'd use it in the spring for starting seeds and doing any kind of gardening my wife and I want to do as well. That's a project a lot of you guys haven't seen yet because I haven't been able to really make a lot of progress on that in the last several months here. So hopefully we can get that thing back moving again. But honestly, this time of year, it starts slowing down. Projects like that, we're usually able to kind of get a handle on and see if we can get knocked out. Getting that plastic on there is going to be kind of a bigger project, so I'm hoping to get a little bit of help from family. And I think we could probably get that lined out here soon. All right, so next up on our to-do list, I want to go get these orders packed real quick. I got a couple customers picking up, and I've got one my wife has to take with her tomorrow and drop off. So I'll go ahead and get that done real quick. So as soon as I got this pork home, it got really busy. This freezer was flat full, and I could almost fit a whole nother pig in here already. So I've just about gone through one of those 7 pigs I brought home not too long ago. Find my orders here. There we go. For us this time of year, it's a little bit slower. We have no markets anymore. I do have one neighborhood that I go to. It's kind of a neat community that one of my customers has set up. She's been able to get a lot of her neighbors on board to where when I come out there, I was setting up just a couple coolers on the back of my tailgate. That's been kind of nice. Just how to supplement here and there. But getting closer to the end of the year now, I'm going to start slowing down on that. I was going every week, so I'm probably just going to go once a month. And I've got that set up on my website now where I can do pre-orders. So I probably won't go unless I got enough orders to actually make it worth my while, which she understands that. Actually, I got to get this one. I got chicken on this one now. So yeah, that's been kind of neat. And I've got a newsletter getting ready to go out. I do one email every month. It's just a monthly newsletter. and just pushing any sales or any products I'm trying to move, that kind of thing. So that's worked out pretty good for me. So obviously I got this pig home. I haven't sent a newsletter out just yet, so I got to get that done still. What else was on that one? And a pork. Where's it at? So with that being said, as soon as I send that newsletter out here in the next couple days, I should push some sales on that, because I know I had several people waiting on certain things. Probably just waiting on me to say it's ready to go. One more order to go. So then that leaves me as to what else I could possibly do this winter to get some more sales coming in. And I think, and I don't know, and I may be too late now, but I've been looking at the option of doing a winter market as well. I'm just not sure if in my area, if I've got any that are gonna have enough traffic for me to justify. I guess I don't know until I try. So I'm trying to see if I can get that figured out, and if I can, I will add that to my list, and we will see if we can't push a little bit out that way. And the more sales I can push this winter, the easier it's gonna be for me to justify raising out a couple more pigs this winter as well. Because as I've mentioned, I've got a June butcher date right now, and I would like to keep that. I've got it scheduled for 6 pigs. I'm not gonna do that. If I do any, it's gonna be 3 or 4 at the most. But that'd be nice going into the market in May, having fresh set of pork and being able to refill and restock any cuts that I'm low on at that point in time. If you have any suggestions as to how you do things, make things run a little smoother, I'd love to hear those. And thighs. There we go. So that's all my orders packed. Even though we got a few months left in 2024, I'm still already trying to think ahead to 2025 as to what I can do to basically further grow our farm business. And ultimately, the goal here is to be able to get me out of my full-time job, which I haven't talked about much yet, but that is a goal of mine. I want to be able to get out on my own and start doing this, along with a couple other different businesses that I run as well on the side, which are all side incomes right now. But I do have some growth going in all areas, so I'm getting closer. I'm just over halfway in my opinion. So my goal for 2025 is to make this my full-time gig. So any suggestions or words of encouragement that you guys have along the way, I'm open ears. While I try to provide any kind of value to you, I also would like to get something out of this as well. On to the main event. This is my new Speeco hitch. As I mentioned, there's already been a ton of videos out there about these. If not, and you've never seen one of these videos before, and this is something you might be interested in for your tractor, I will go over this thing briefly, just to kind of give you an idea. So obviously I picked up this 3-point box not too long ago. I've got a video already on that. I'll link that in the description if you haven't seen it yet. If you're curious how I built this, how I took this box, bought it and built it, made it 630 pounds basically. But with that being said, this thing's a pain in the butt to get on and off the tractor. I don't have a lot of implements just yet. That's another goal for 2025 is I want to be able to get a land plane. There's a couple of other attachments I can use out here on the farm. Because up to this point, this tractor's really always just been a method of pulling something that I need to be pulling past the pasture. Obviously the loader and the bucket itself, and then as well as using the pallet forks and the bale spear. But we're trying to get this thing to where it's a little more functional and useful for us, so that is our next goal. So the nice thing I mentioned already is on the Speeco hitch is they now carry it in orange. To my understanding, this has not been an offer before. This is something that's actually pretty new based on what I was told. I picked this up from Agzaga. I'll leave a link to their website as well. This video doesn't have any sponsors in it. This is something I bought and paid for with my own money. Agzaga was where I could find the best price on this thing, and I was able to find it in the orange color that I wanted to match my tractor. Nothing would have been wrong with the red one, but I wanted it in orange or black, and I was able to make that happen. Now, I did pick up a couple add-on pieces for this hitch as well. So what I was able to find that they carry on their website at the same time is you can buy the pin for your arm here that is quick release instead of being a bolt, and then you can also pick up these little quick release pins. So essentially this comes with bolts right here for the adjustable top link right here. I want to be able to adjust this a lot more quickly than just having to use an adjustable wrench or come out here with a ratchet or something. So these pins are going to give me the ability, I can slide these through the holes and I can adjust this link here up and down based on the implement I have if the need ever arises, making it a tool-free adjustment. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and drop this box down off the tractor real fast and get this dude installed. And hopefully you'll be able to see how much easier it is to get this box on and off the tractor when we're done. We'll get these links off of here. And this is the part I hate, is having to get this thing all the way adjusted to where it doesn't bind up on me to start the tractor. See if that did it for me. This part's always a pain in the butt, which is why I pretty much left this box on the whole time. It's just because it is a pain in the butt. There we go. But this will give me the ability to basically just back up to it, hopefully, and slide it right on, and all will be good in the world. So you can see how much I had to fight that to get that off of there. Let's get this guy on there. So the bottom down here has these little fancy bolts with these little flat pins or whatever, I don't know what you would call these. I'm assuming they're proprietary to Speeco itself. Get that one out. Let's see if I can get this dude in here. These pins in. So that wasn't too terrible. The hitch itself weighs about 72 pounds. So that's a little on the heavier side, but nothing too crazy. Just like that, that's on there good. All right, see if we can get this top link leveled out now. We'll go with that for the moment. Just try to basically get it somewhat level, and we can always make adjustments depending on what we got on the back of this, but that should get us pretty close. Oh, there we go, lock that in. The other thing I did notice here just a second ago was this top pin it comes with does not have a pin to lock it in place. So I'll just go ahead and use one of mine that I had left over from the box a second ago. So that's all locked in. We lock these arms back where they're good so they don't sway. That goes there. That goes there. Okay, so that's all there is to that. Oh, put my pins in here real quick. So I'll go ahead and swap these out real fast too to show you those. So these are those bolts I was talking about that I wanted to swap out and use these quick ones instead. So I will go ahead and get those in place. I may have to move this up or down on the box once I get it over here and get it installed. Right now, we'll just go ahead and put these pins in place. I only put the locking pin on it. We'll get this in place how we need it first, and then we'll adjust it as needed. Actually, it already kind of looks like it needs to go up. I will probably go ahead and do that. That one's actually tight. One tight, one not. Move pin. Oh, there we go. So I'll tell you now, this is something I've been wanting for quite some time now. I don't know why I waited so long to pull the trigger, but I have it now. It's amazing the little things you get excited about, let me tell you. It does not want to come out of there. Let's move this up one while we're thinking about it. And two. So I'm gonna get this thing backed up, see how this thing works. Now the nice thing about this one is that it does not need bushings. So if you've looked at the Speeco hitches or some of these other quick hitches that are available on the market, some of them will have a lot bigger opening down here at the bottom, and it requires a bushing on everything you own. I think it's like a category 2 hitch pin that's on a category 1 hitch. It doesn't make a lot of sense. So Speeco makes these to where they actually fit category 1 implements, which is amazing. Saves you a little bit of money in the long run, not having to buy bushings for every implement you got. So mine's already set up to go. I should just be able to pull up to this thing. These locking pins will just basically push up, and then you can pull up on these here to unlock them if need be, but when you're hooking up, there's no need to do so. So I got this all adjusted up how I need it now. I ended up having to move this top hook up to the top bolt here. That's why I wanted these pins here to make it a lot quicker and not have to do bolts, just because the next attachment's a little bit different. I don't have to worry about that at that point. But you can see how easy this was to hitch up. It's gonna make my life a lot easier now. Now all I gotta do, and I wanna take this thing off, is just pull these handles both up like so. And you can actually run them all the way over like so. And now I can just drop my 3-point hitch. It drops this down where I want it to be. I can move on to the next implement and or just run without, depending on what I need. But I've always got this hitch here, and it gives me easier access to my drawbar on the days that I need to be able to pull something like my chicken tractor across the field. But needless to say, I'm a happy camper now. This is something, like I said, I've been wanting for quite some time. Just one more thing to make my life just a little bit easier. Well, other than that, I hope this is a quick and easy little video for you guys. Just kind of want to bring you along what I had going on today. Trying to enjoy the weather out here before it gets nasty. Tomorrow's Halloween, so we'll get the kids out, do some trick-or-treating. Try not to freeze to death. It's supposed to rain too, so we'll see how that all goes. Nonetheless, you guys stay safe out there. Holiday season's upon us. My favorite time of the year. I look forward to catching up with you guys another time. Other than that, that's all I've got for you on this one, though. Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch and hang out with me. We'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.